When you saw your grandmother making art, was it just immediate, like an outpouring of creativity?
Yes, that's exactly, it was natural. I thought everybody did this. She picked up her vacuum cleaner, she dumped some paint on the canvas, and she blew it. And she blew it she had a concept in her head. In one of her paintings that was destroyed, called Music, she was listening in her head to this beautiful music that she loved so much. She loved classical music. And she would blow the paint while listening in her head. And
you were sometimes at her feet as she was doing this. Did you hold the vacuum cleaner as well?
Yes. She thought it was fine.
So you participated, in a sense, in the creation of her work.
Yeah. And put my fingers in and move them. She didn't see any reason why not, in the same way she didn't see why a vacuum cleaner couldn't be part of the art. She just flowed from that enormous creativity. One of my favorite paintings that I love is of my grandmother, her beloved husband, Max, and behind them is their guardian angel. That's what she told me. And that's what I see. And she was able, in a way that I cannot explain, to call forth this energy, this healing energy in her art, and she meant it to be healing. And in another favorite painting that I have, which she will be showing, is Jesus in a cloud. And he's looking down on people. And he's crying because of how they treat each other. The savage, ugly, ungodly way that people have a tendency to treat one another. She just radiated love. She was not perfect, you know, she had her ways, people she preferred and people she didn't, but the thing that killed my grandma's spirit and limited her thereafter was that she was taken out of Brooklyn. And I want to talk about what Brooklyn meant to my grandma. She was taken out by her husband, not understanding. He thought he was giving her what he promised her way back in Kiev, out in the village. Way back there, he promised her that he would pull her out of poverty and she loved nice things, and that he would give her a beautiful home, elegant clothes, trips, jewelry. He promised her the world, and now he was going to be able to give it to her, but he didn't understand it would kill her. It killed her spirit.
It robbed her of what she was doing, which was using every material available.
Yes.
In a very democratic way.
Oh, yeah.
Like not saying the back of an envelope is less important than a canvas.
Yes, that's exactly right. Let me explain. My grandma loved Kiev. She loved the farm so much. This was how my grandma came to love nature, to be one with nature. This is how she learned to express herself through the creation of theater. She had no idea when she moved to the United States that she would not be able to learn the language, that theater would be a closed door for her, and that she would get married, have children, live the life. So, from her beloved country, she had to make a new life, and she had to make it with very little language. In Brooklyn, she found shopkeepers who spoke her language. She created a life. She was at the ocean, winter and summer. And so when that was taken from her, along with the life she built as an artist, she had a salon in her apartment. Other artists would come. John Dewey was there. There were a lot of very famous people from the art world, and they were there. And I wanted to share with you that at the time of my grandmother's life, and she taught me this, by the way, a woman had to have a man in her life to eat, to feed her children, to give her a house, because a woman couldn't really work. So people have asked me, why didn't your grandma say, no, I'm not moving, you move, but I'm staying here where I have my business, my life, my art. No, she would never do that, because God forbid she shouldn't have a husband. That's why she moved. Just like she moved to the States without looking at the consequences, she didn't see what it would cost her.